we have talked about, the giraffe that was loose in Texas and how someone built customized giraffe trailers. And we thought, I was talking to my wife at dinner. I said, what a strange job that is, that this guy makes giraffe trailers. And she said, well, you've had some strange jobs. And I was thinking, I have.
Yeah.
I had a friend that made bubble wrap.
Okay.
And he was telling me what they do is they put the big sheets out, they blow air in between them, and then they press them.
Yeah.
That's awesome. They press them with like these lines.
Like a heated thing.
They traps the air in the little bubbles that we pop.
Huh.
You can't not pop it.
No. I think it's a law.
It is a law. You must pop bubble wrap.
I had a friend who spent the summer working on a road crew and went around picking up dead animals. Does that count as a weird job?
That's a good one. Well, yeah, it's a weird job.
Yeah.
There's people that do that.
Yeah.
They have to go get mangled carcasses off of the side of a road. Mangled Carcasses is a great name for a band.
I was going to say, yeah.
But, when I was in high school, I worked, a lot of Teamster jobs, and then I worked at Weebolts. Back in May, we were talking to my prom date, and we talked about how hard I worked at Weebolts in the Ford City Mall. Remember, didn't we work at Woolworth at Ford City Mall?
No, it was Weebolts.
Weebolts, that's right, Weebolts.
Yes.
Yeah, we would
department store.
We would sneak kisses during breaks. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
And I remember one of those long breaks.
Oh yeah.
I came back. This is the day I lost my job. I came back, and this guy, Roy, was the manager. I worked on the truck docks, and Teresa worked in the store, so I would meet her, and she would say, I think one of the light bulbs in this dressing room is a bit flickery. Can you take a look at it? And we'd close it so people would know that it was in use. And we would do maintenance.
Maintenance.
And yes.
That's what they're calling it.
Yeah.
Kids calling it nowadays.
And I came back a little late from
maintenance.
From dressing room maintenance. And Roy, the guy that was my supervisor on the docks, said, that truck's been sitting there for, 15 minutes. Let's go. Where were you? And I said, I had to go to the washroom and I ate lunch, and he slapped me in the back of the head, which that didn't end well for him.
Yeah.
So, because I have a natural reaction. You slap me in the back of the head, I'm going to retaliate. So when I retaliated, everybody else, all the other guys were like, oh, you're so in trouble.
Yeah.
And then when he got up, he said, I don't think you could work here anymore. No, see, today I would say he slapped me in the back of the head.
Yeah. So that was the end of dressing room maintenance.
Yeah, but, we had other places. We had a lot of times in the backseat of my Thunderbird, she'd be like, can you come back here and see if this safety belt strap is...
It's safety.
If it's safe?
Yeah,
you gotta check the safety on this.
You gotta check. You gotta be safe. You were a helpful fella back
I was
when
the
you were
helpful
in your teens.
kid.
Yeah.
That's why they loved me.
Checking the light bulbs and the safety belts.
Can I check your light bulbs and safety belts?
Yes.
I would walk around and ask people. Anybody need their light bulbs checked or their safety belts? I'm here to help. My job when I was 19, I wanted to date this girl, Michelle. I was just head over heels in love with her. And her father was a coroner that also owned 4 different funeral homes. And so he said, my boy, if you want to date my daughter, you'll be working for me. I said, okay. And he gave me a pager, those long, slim devices that kids, you don't even know what I'm talking about. We didn't have cell phones, but someone would call you from their landline and leave their number. It would say, when you hear the beep, type in your number. And you had this thing, and so it would buzz, and you would click it, and it would show you what number to call back. We weren't quite at the technological breakthroughs that we are today. And I remember getting many a call at 1 a.m, 2 a.m, 3 a.m, to go and pick up. You have got to be in love with a girl to go pick up dead bodies for her dad.
Yeah. Yeah, you were the corpse collector.
Corpse collector. Bring out your dead.
Yeah.
And that was the famous I-55 fiasco.
Love that story.
Yeah, I'm driving home, It's foggy outside. A truck jackknifes in front of me, and he's trying to keep from flipping over. And so he slams on his brakes. His trailer goes sideways, and I'm like, oh, no, I slammed on the brakes. And here comes the corpse from the back of the coroner vehicle into the front seat with me, slid off. So I, like any human being would do.
Yeah.
I wasn't being a wimp.
No.
I don't like to have a corpse laying on my shoulder.
It is odd. Most people don't.
Yeah. And I jumped out of the car and I tried to shake off the willies, go, whoa, woohoo, whoa. And a police officer pulled up.
Yeah.
And he said, are you okay? And I said, I have a dead body in my front seat. And he said, don't move. But, you can't blame the cop.
No. Yeah, guys, it's not.
He had not seen my credentials.
You don't. Yeah, normally, you don't normally hear, I got a dead body in the car with me. And not only was it a dead body, it was somebody you knew, right?
Yeah, it was a kid from the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so I was already creeped out. He had gotten in a car accident, bless his heart. And
he got in two.
This poor guy's going, can I catch a break? I just died in a car accident. Now this guy's throwing me through a windshield. Can I just be laid to rest for the love of all that is sacred? How many people in the afterlife can claim a posthumous car crash?
Yeah. Well,
But I just think the cop pulling up because he sees the jackknife, and at this point, the guy in the truck was okay.
Yeah.
He was getting out, putting the flares out and stuff, and I'm on this side of the road dancing like a lunatic. Whoa! 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 Yeah! Whoa! Whoa! And this poor cop is going, what kind of strangeness am I pulling up to here? So I said, I work for the coroner. He's like, all right, show me your stuff. And I showed him. And then the two of us dragging this poor guy back to the stretcher.
Yeah.
He was crumpled up in the front seat. It's awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was a strange job. The things you do for love, no doubt. And then I worked security at a food factory. All night security.
Fun.
So about the fourth night, I said to this guy that we would switch, He's like, you got to do your rounds. He goes, I did them at 11, so you do the next rounds of the factory at 1:30. So every couple hours you had to walk through the factory. And I said, can I ask you, what are these Crossman pellet guns in the side of the security shack for? And he said, oh, you're not doing it properly if you're not taking them with you. I said, well, what are they for? He goes, they're to kill rats. I said, I don't. They didn't say that in training. He goes, yeah. He goes, the rats, we got to keep them out of the rice. And I was like, I can imagine.
That's good. Yeah, that's not something you want to find in your rice.
No, mom's at home cooking up some dinner, chicken and rice for the family, and out comes a big rat from the box.
Or rat pellets. That's
well, it's hard to escape those. They would often scurry across the floor, and so you'd pop them.
Okay.
And I got adventurous one day, and I was walking, and I looked above on the beam of the building. There was a giant rat. This was like a wombat. It was huge. And I took aim and popped him in the eye, but then he fell into the vat of the rice.
Oh.
And the rice is always being churned.
Sure.
And there's these big blades. And so that whole vat.
Oh, my.
So then I shut the vat down, and I had to call my supervisor, and I said, there's a rat in the vat. And he said, how about that? And then we called Dr. Seuss to come by. He goes, did it go splat? Look at that. The rat in the vat. That was the sequel to Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
The rat in the vat.
I do not like your rat in the vat.
And so he's like, don't shoot him on the beams. I've learned that.
Wise words.
Yeah.
There's got to be a market for rat-flavored rice, though, isn't there? I mean, there's
somewhere they're going, you know what this bowl of rice needs? A little rat.
If there are markets in China where they eat bats.
Right. There's some culture somewhere that goes, Rob, you don't put rat in your rice?
You threw out a whole vat of rat rice? What are you doing?
It's sinful waste. You know how many people you could have fed with that vat of rat rice?
It has a protein in it. What's
vat of rat rice is a great name for a bit.
Got it.
I didn't want to do that anymore.
I wonder why.
And then I was a street sweeper with the big trucks that sweep parking lots.
Yeah.
That's a tough gig because you have to not only sweep the edges in the middle to collect the garbage. We also had the hydraulic lift that would put all the garbage in the back. It was a long, tedious night. And another rat situation was at...
Rat Situation is a great name for a band.
My friend Al, we went to a prominent grocery store, and I had never done this route before with Al. And Al said, we have to go behind the butcher department. He goes, this is tough. He goes, because we're going to be dumping a bunch of rats in the back of the truck. So he hydraulically lifted the dumpster, and thousands of rats started running towards the Chicago River because they were falling out of the dumpster. And my friend Al said, you want to see something amazing? And he took a .38 snub-nosed pistol and shot into the middle of the rats.
Okay.
And hit one of them.
Because you're going to hit one.
Yeah, and why not? Be the responsible employees that you are. Discharge a firearm at 3 a.m. at a parking lot on North and Elston in Chicago.
It's Chicago. Nobody's going to notice, Michael.
No one even paid attention.
No.
So he shoots it, and then they all stopped. And then they all attacked the one rat that was hurt. And I'm telling you, it was like something out of CGI. These rats were on top of each other. They formed a tower of rodents attacking each other. I said, this is not only grisly and gruesome and phantasmagorical, but it is indeed amazing.
Yes.
I've never seen a tower of rats.
And one of the oddest jobs you've ever had.
Yes.
So when there was that little pause after the shot went off, were all the rats like, oh, did he get me?
They heard heard his buddy squeal, and they were like, oh, it's him. Get him. They just add insult to injury. And
that is almost the definition of adding insult to injury.
I just got shot.
Yeah.
And what are you going to do? You're going to eat me?